Quizlet is a great review tool and very user-friendly, especially for students if they have a device where they can just have the app, but then also on the teacher side of it using it in a web browser like so. It's free to create a basic account, which I feel like has enough functions, but you could upgrade. It looks like they're doing free 30-day trials, but like I said, the free has plenty as well. Quizlet is similar to Kahoot, which is another review tool that's been around a little longer, but I think kids have more fun using Quizlet because they get to engage and collaborate with their peers, and depending how you set it up, you could have them moving around. But then it also has the options for students to review individually as well. So how Quizlet works, you start by creating a new study set. So I might say that I am going to do cooking terms for my study set. And then I could enter the term on one side and the definition on the other side. And then you could continue on, adding however many you would like. Looks like you can even add in images or record your voice. So lots of options here. Once I have them all added in, I would create my set. I'm going to go back to one that I've already created so we can see what that finished product looks like. And here are all of my flashcards or sets, and you could link this where students could just see this and look at the information, but there's so many interactive tools up here where students can use this flashcard to quiz themselves. They can play different games. You can even use this as a pre-test to see what students know before you learn the information and want to give them a formal test. Sometimes I use our Canvas quiz online classroom tool for pretest, but it's almost nicer to get that pretest outside of the traditional testing classroom, online classroom, just because it doesn't feel as daunting. It's a little bit more engaging for students, so this would be a great way to do that. This matching gravity game is fun. And then as a teacher, you can do Quizlet Live, which is the really interactive review game as a class. You can just do the definition and term free, and if you want to flip-flop them, you'd have to upgrade, but I have no problem with definition and term. When you click create, super easy for students to connect. They would type in quizlet.live, or they would go into their app. They can either type in the code or they can scan the QR code over here. Once students join, we would start the game and it would generate randomized groups. So we'd take each student and place them in groups of 3 to 4, and their group would have like an animal theme, which makes it kind of fun. Sometimes I would have students go find their group, and then once the game starts, each group will have 12 questions they need to complete, and if they get one wrong, it starts them back over at the beginning. What's cool about Quizlet is that the group will have the same question on their iPads, but all of the answers are spread out across their iPads. So they have to really work together and communicate to find the correct answer. Once I let students play a round or two, I like to challenge them a little bit more to think for themselves after they've been collaborating. And I make them go back to their seats, and it's no talking. They only have certain answers on their iPad, and they have to rely on their group mates to answer the questions. So you can kind of mix it up and do it in some different ways. I definitely link this into my Canvas course so students can access it at any time for flashcards, the games. There's an extra 5 minutes of class. It's a great way for students to utilize that and study for their test.